PhantomStar.com, Twitter, YouTube, Podomatic, and iTunes. This is brought to you by Lou Crate and Tweaked Audio. Now it's time for the Guys Night Podcast!
Step in the theater and what do you find? So many movies, not enough time. Action, thriller, horror, comedy, even foreign documentaries. There's always something out there new to review. We try to step it up with a G and crew. Better prepare, welcome to Step in the theater, what will you find? So many movies, not enough time. Action, horror, thriller, comedy, foreign documentaries. Welcome to Guys Night. Guys Night.
Alright, so we just got out of Ghost in the Shell.
Scarlett Johansson, Kasaku Kinatu, Pilo Escobar, Michael Pitt, Juliette Binoche, and Ni Chin Han.
The movie itself is based on the anime from 1995, and in this adaptation, Scarlett Johansson is playing the main character of Major, who gets transformed after an accident happened that you find out later on into the movie. Now, I'm not going to lie, the first half of Ghost in the Shell, it's dialogue heavy, it's very slow, it's kind of boring at points, but then when you get into her past and you start developing the pieces of who she was in her previous life, that's when it starts to kick in. I kind of like that aspect of the movie itself. Cinematic-wise, this is very much like Blade Runner meets Matrix, and the visuals are groundbreaking and amazing. The CG's good, the practicality of all, the same scenery and the sets are good as well, but overall, I feel like it kind of falls flat in its story. Again, for that first half, because it takes up so much of the movie. So because of that, unfortunately, I'm going to have to give The Ghost in the Shell 2.5 out of 4 stars.
I basically like the movie. I'm going to give it only because the movie really tied in really well with the anime, its anime counterpart. The city looks fantastic. It looks straight out of the anime and the manga. I'm going to give this a 3. Just like Jared said, it is a little bit slow in the first half of the movie, but the second half really picks up really well. My favorite part will basically be the final battle with the spider tank. The spider tank looks like it came straight out of the anime, and I love that aspect of it very much. I do have a few problems with it, but overall it's a really good movie. If you are not a fan of this movie, you may not like it, but I would say give it a chance. I think you'll like it, but if you are an anime fan, I think you'll really appreciate this movie very well, especially since this is an anime live-action movie, and there's really not many good ones out there, unlike a certain Dragon Ball one that we dare not name, but yeah.
So we're just going to talk about, what did you say? Oh, that Dragon Ball movie, but we left out Last Airbender, right? We just got out of Ghost in the Shell. I would have to say is it is kind of long in the beginning. It's a little tough to watch with all dialogue and everything. Certain scenes follow exactly as the anime did. Some things I would have rather seen, like the arm of the guy getting broken in his leg, which was in the anime, but not in this movie. And the fact that she's underwater without an air mask, which then I don't know, lends one to wonder what's going on here. But yeah, visually, is beautiful. I mean, I would seen it in 3D, would probably be popping and everything, but if I had to rate it, I would probably give it a 2.5 out of 4.
For an animated movie made by America, this is probably the best thing I've seen in a while. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 4, just to get that out of the way. Acting wise, I'm glad Scarlett Johansson did this, because this movie needs some type of recognition, and I get the whole whitewashing thing for certain things, but sometimes you need to have it to happen. But for the way they did it, it's not that bad, and like other reviews I've seen, people blowing it out of proportion. Like, I'd say see the movie first before you judge it, and then after that you want to complain, but go see this movie.
We just got done watching Ghost in the Shell, and I wasn't really a fan. I mean, there were parts of it that were awesome. The environments they created were great, a lot of CGI, but it didn't overdo it. It made it look more realistic and natural. Graphics were great. there were scenes that were pretty cool, like ones later in the movie, but like for the most part, it didn't really grab my attention. Like I would not recommend this to someone. I wouldn't go and say, oh, that the scene was awesome or anything like that. Like it was just very adequate as far as the movie goes. That being said, I think if you're a fan of the anime, you're gonna love the movie. Like it really calls to the fan, not necessarily to the audience. That being said, because I'm not a fan of the anime, I'm gonna give it a 1.5.
Ooh, wow. Okay.